Hey YouTube family, it's been a while. I did a thing recently, it's the new year, but even prior to the new year I was preparing for my physical, knowing that I kind of fell off the wagon with my health habits, started a new job and dealing with the adjustment of, the stressors that come with making transitions and changes and adapting to new environments, right? So, with that in mind, I decided to join a gym and started going to the gym and, we'll go like once a week, once every other week. And slowly but surely, I've been bumping it up. I'm like at like maybe 2 times a week now. But I knew I needed something extra. And part of that extra was support, right? I myself am so used to doing things solo dolo, right? Like just well functioning independently. Sometimes we wear that as a badge and something that we're very proud of, right? As women, as Black women, as millennial women, very, very proud of our ability to function alone, right? And technology has made it so easy to do that. But I knew something was missing. And part of what was missing was me having, like I said, the support, but also structure. I needed some structure, a plan, not just accountability, but maybe some motivation. And I know for a fact that that's something that I have been able to get through Weight Watchers in the past. I have done about three previous. This would be probably my fourth Weight Watcher journey. And my first one knocked it out the park. Maybe the first and the second lost between maybe 60 pounds one time, 80 pounds another time. And was able to achieve great success with that. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of editing. I'm not there yet. Trying to learn where to look in the camera and all that good stuff. Perfection is a blocker of growth, right? So just like going with the flow. So knew that I benefited from having that communal support in the past. And I kept like monitoring the sales that were going on, seeing when I, would get the best deals. Sometimes came across one, wish I had to join, where they were making a certain offer and, but I did find a deal that worked good for me. And for me, having like, yes, you could join Weight Watchers using just the digital platform or the app, and basically have access to the tracking and the community groups you would have access to on the app. They call it Weight Watchers Connect, so it works much like any other social media platform. But I knew that I wanted that in-person support if if that was something that I needed for that week. I'm still learning how the virtual, because now they've added, since COVID, came about, they've added virtual workshops, which I don't know that was, available prior to the pandemic, but that's now an option. And, I really wanted to get to a meeting. I woke up a little later. So the meeting that I used to go to in Montclair, they now, a town near me, they now no longer function. They're not, they don't host any meetings at that space anymore. So I will have to like take a drive out, which I will do at some point. I think it's worth it. Connecting with people locally who are on a plan. However, I found like a beautiful hidden gem, or not so much hidden, but it was a gem, to find this group. I had been following the group. It's Black women, I think Black Women Connect on the Weight Watcher app. So anyhow, they have special events where, members of this group and coaches in the group host a virtual meeting. So I went tonight and was so like almost teared up because it was like over 100, almost 150 Black women, all with the same desire, focus, and basically to be our best selves. We've all made the investment and have access to the group because, we're all Weight Watchers members. And so in me wanting to I felt it before I even had so I joined the gym in October, and in my mind I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to lose a few pounds so it don't seem like I completely fell off the wagon, when I went to go get my physical. Plus in my body, what you've been doing, right? If you've gotten your A1C monitored, I've grown up with my mom who is diabetic, so I know, and she would jokingly say, she basically that the A1C is going to tell on you when you get the A1C, which is a diagnostic screening that will basically tell your providers how you've been doing in terms of consuming sugars and carbs and the basically the how can I say? Come on, Jonay, Nurse Jonay. I'm an LPN, but anyway, this is not to give health nor mental health advice, but it basically shows the average of your glucose levels over a period of time, right? Short, quick and dirty description. So it'll tell on you. You can't eat healthy, because mind you, this is the average over a few months and or several months. And it's if you try to all of a sudden eat really healthy and cut back on sugar and carbs 1 month before the test, it's still telling what you did the other 2-3 months or 6 months before that. So it definitely is something that will, if you see me looking down at my computer here, because there's some things I want to go into. But anyhow, it gives a picture, a nice summary of how you've been doing over the past several months. So anyhow, I said that several times, but and I'm not going to edit this down. This is just me kind of engaging with you all and maybe possibly starting a vlog / journal of my journey with Weight Watchers again, right? And it's funny because one of the members in the group was saying her word of the year is, again, I haven't chosen one, but I love that because it's it reminded me, in my work as a clinician, a mental health clinician, sometimes with clients, I'll talk about, I'm sorry, I'm hungry, so my mouth is salivated and my stomach is getting ready to eat. But anyhow, so if you see me that's why. So anyhow, and no, you're not starved on Weight Watchers, which is one of the other reasons why for me it's a plan that works for me. I don't do good with starvation diets, meaning and that's not to knock anything that anybody chooses, but low carb Atkins, what's the other one? Is basically Atkins, but they call it something different now. Keto, to me it's very similar. Intermittent fasting, things like that. It sounds good, but for me, I like balance in things. I need balance. If I want to have my curry chicken, if I want to have some yams, if I want to have a McDonald's French fry, how can I have that but still be mindful in my eating, right? And what Weight Watchers does for you is help you to portion out your foods and help you to think first before you put something in your mouth. Is this worth the point? Sure, you could have that chocolate chip cookie, one of my weaknesses, but is that 16-20 points worth it, versus I could have had a whole salad and so many other things throughout the day. That's 2 meals for somebody. So it just definitely boosts your mindfulness. And again, that communal support, strength in numbers, it has it. and just help giving you ideas. Like today I cooked the breakfast tacos, and it was like 6 points because I had two. If I had just one, it would have been only 3 points, which isn't bad, but I know 3 points is not at this stage in the journey. One thing I have noticed in the past was when I like, the longer I was on the plan, like your body adapts, and the stomach it's like elastic, but it's a muscle, and that muscle, oh my goodness. I don't know if I should say the stomach is a muscle, but the walls of the stomach, going with the elastic part, like it shrinks. It shrinks when if you overfill yourself, it will expand. So that's why some people who get weight loss procedures, like especially the ones who will have a procedure that will reduce the stomach size, if they keep eating and begin to eat bigger portions, your stomach will stretch back out, right? So anyhow, same thing, if you start to eat smaller and smaller portions, it begins to contract, if you will. So I don't want to get lost. So anyhow, let's get to it. Why? What's your why, right? And in the app, they had this activity that helps you to identify your why, and you go through 3 steps. The first step is, why do you want to get healthier? So I don't know if I want to read off, but sometimes I could get a little talkative, so I might, use this to guide me. But I said, again, I came back because one thing that I know from my journeys in the past is that when I diligently worked the plan, right? When I stuck to the plan, when I got my activities in, when I tracked my food, and did the things that I was supposed to do, not just for the plan, but for a healthier lifestyle, because that's what it's about, developing a healthy lifestyle for yourself, or healthier lifestyle for yourself. And Weight Watchers reminds me a lot of social work, like meeting you where you are. Oh, that's where I was. If you know me, you're going to have to follow with me sometimes, right? But what I was saying was, in the word again, that's where I was. I'm already almost 15 minutes in, but if you with me, you with me. So I love that member had chose the word again, because just like like I said, I'm a social worker, and as a clinician, we talk sometimes about the cycle of change, and in that cycle of change is relapse, right? So when you have relapse or a setback, sometimes it's a blessing, because like for me, having fell off the wagon, like me seeing that A1C go back up, like I had, gotten myself out of that pre-diabetic range before. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. My mom is diabetic. My grandmother was diabetic, and I'm sure I have it on my paternal side too. But it will not have me. That's my declaration. However, your declaration, faith without works is dead, right? Your declaration is dead if you're not doing the work to, if you're not, your behaviors and your choices aren't aligned with that declaration. It's like null and void. So anyhow, like, I love that word again, because even though like I might have a setback and kind of fall back into old behaviors, the beauty in that is I could begin again. And when you begin again, it's like a breath of fresh air, right? But not just that. I like to help people understand like the benefits of setbacks, right? There are benefits, teachable moments in those setbacks that help us along the journey and propel us forward. So like for me, it's, and then this could kind of go into step 2, like, let Let me go back and look what it was. So the first one is, why do you want to get healthier? So, I want to bring my A1C back within the normal range. I've done it before. I know I could do it again and um, prevent becoming diabetic, right? Like not wanting to go there, not wanting to have high blood pressure and be on, a statin drug to lower my cholesterol levels or anything like that. Like, thank God, by the grace of God, I'm not on any medication because I'm not there. However, it can go there if I don't make some changes, right? A lot of us that borderline, it could, but like, at what point do you make changes before you cross the border, right? And that's what you don't want to do. So why do I want to get healthier? Let's see. Also, my knees, my back, like, can ache at times. It's too much weight on my frame, like my body. And I always think, like, if I'm feeling like this at 40, plus, I'm not scared of telling my age. I'm 42, going on 43. So if I'm feeling this way at 42 years old, like, imagine what my knees will feel like when I'm 60, when I'm 80. Like, will I be able to walk? Will I be mobile if I still carry all this weight on my frame? And I know it's not sustainable, that I can already see. Like, so why not make the changes now while I still have the ability, right? Also, getting in and out of the car, certain things, it's like, we're not doing this. And there are things that I like to do, but which, kind of goes into number 2. So step 2 is, what does getting healthier look like for you? How would your life be different if you were healthier? So getting healthier for me, that looks like me having balance, and also being my own accountability partner. So it also looks like me being able to travel comfortably. I'll never forget, I was about this size when I went to India, and I remember them giving me a seatbelt extender on the airplane, and being very uncomfortable, just physically uncomfortable, emotionally uncomfortable. It was embarrassing, all of that. And a couple of years ago, I was smaller, and when I went away to Jamaica, it was just, I loved it, right? Like, I felt good in my body. I felt good in the things that I was able to wear. Also, not just appearance, but physically, I loved swimming. Like, I was able to swim, hike. I took a hike by myself, in the hills. Like, there were things that I had the stamina to do. And it's funny because I was listening to this soca song, and it says, like, I hope you're fit and you're ready, for carnival. Like, it's like, you're going to be, moving. Like, you need energy, to be a part of something like that. And so, like, when you're not at your best state and you're not your best self, like, you can't be a part of or show up the way you would want to show up, your best self. You can't do that when you're not in a healthy state, right? So, being able to travel comfortably, feeling good in my body. I'm working on a trip, which I don't know. I think I might share some highlights of that here and, on my social media channels, sharing my journey in Jamaica, which I had so much good content. I have no idea why I didn't post that content on here, but whatever. Maybe I still can, because I still have it, but, of my travels there. But I'm going to be turning 43 in sweet TNT. I am so excited. Like, this is a heritage trip for me. I have never been to Trinidad. That's another story for another time, maybe another vlog. Who knows? Pretty interesting. But anyhow, never been to sweet TNT. My father is from there, so it's like it's a milestone moment for me, in many ways. So, Um, what else? And a major dose of medicine in my healing journey. So I look forward to doing that. Let's see. Oh, well, I'll say this part. So, I was one of those secret love children, right? Nobody knew about. And so that's part of the reason why I never went. And so I always wanted to know about my culture and how that was a part of me. It's like the makings of me, right? Like really wanting to understand that part of myself. And thank God I had neighbors that were from the islands, Jamaica, Haiti, Guyana, who kind of would like bring me into that world. And whether it was through their parties, through their food, food ways, like all those things. So that probably, in a way, sometimes not having is the blessing, like, because that gave me an interest in learning. And, I've been able to go to Senegal, go to India, go to Chennai in India, go to Senegal and West Africa, and learn about food, culture, spirituality, all of those things. Like, but I think that yearning to and that passion for learning about those things comes from my own birth story. So really excited about that. And I want to be on that plane comfortable. Like, and it's hot in the islands. You want to be like physically comfortable, and all those things. So well, this is what I had wanted to say, that, one thing I've been thinking about, like in the new year, I thought about like heritage and also your birthright, right? Like there are a few things that can't nobody take away from you. Like my father used to say, like your education, can't nobody take that away from you. Your heritage, even if because many of us now, the African American side of me, even though I have got my DNA tested and found out where my matriclan was from, and that was Sierra Leone, Mende Temde in Sierra Leone, the Fula people in Guinea-Bissau, and the Kru people in Liberia. That's the original people that had inhabited that land. So I did get that done, but what was I going to say? If you don't have the privilege to get something like that done, right? Many African American people don't know their heritage when it comes to, or I'll say this too is our heritage, right? Like being American, there's so many places in the States to explore, because I did go to a wedding in South Carolina, and I'm told that my great grandmother was a Geechee woman. She was from the Gullah Geechee region. And so like I would love to do a heritage trip and tour there. I did get to go to a wedding and had like a couple of brief spots, but I know it's so much more to see and explore. It probably explains my love for rice, right? Got it honest from both sides, my father being from the West Indies, and and even have some West Indian, my great grandfather on my mother's side was from Barbados. So I got it on both ends. But anyhow, where was I? So I started, I don't know why I'll be trying to do, because I know people's attention spans are short, but what's fun about YouTubers, I find, is looking back on where they began, so it'll be interesting to see, like, I don't know, sometimes in my head, like, I, think about like I could do that. Like I could do a YouTube channel. There's so much I would love to share, like professionally, life journey stuff, like all kinds of things that I could share on. But anyhow, one step at a time. And so, but it's cool to look back at where people began and see their growth in their process. So I was at step 2. So what would like getting healthier look like for you? Another thing, I said your education, your heritage can't be taken away from you, right? And even if that heritage is the kingdom, like regardless of what, like I am the kid of a king, right? So my heavenly father who owns everything in this earth and the fullness thereof, right? Like knowing that and knowing him, like what can man give to me that he can't, right? So I have a heavenly inheritance, and you know, we those things as above so below, right? What is in heaven, God has made it so that, and I don't know that, I forget how that scripture goes, but basically he made it so that you can have those things on earth. And so I'm sorry that born in Newark, Jersey girl came out of me, like whatever. But anyhow, so I'm sorry, I bug me out sometimes, but yes. So my inheritance comes from the Father, period, right? So there's nobody who can ever take that from you. When you know, right? And you can be confident in that. And your will to make changes, your will to make a choice. Something I do with my patients sometimes is establish core values. Like, what are your core values? You know, like those are things that can't nobody take from you when you know them. When you know them and you own it, or like my will to be healthier, my will not to become diabetic, my will not to develop high blood pressure and high cholesterol and all those things and be on medications. Like yes, there are some people who are genetically predisposed to certain things, right? And there's diabetes type 1, type 2. We're not going to go into that, you know, here. But for those who are riding that borderline, you know, you're really projected to develop type 2 diabetes. So type 2 diabetes can be rectified. That's something that can be changed. You know, you can recover from that with lifestyle choices and changes. That's what I was looking for, changes. Let's see. I also said that I'm a licensed social worker, right, and an LPN. And so, you know, I can't be good to others, support others, care for others, be a model for others, a model for like what wellness can look like. And people, I'm big on integrity. That's one of my core values, right? And people smell a fake, you know, when you're sitting before them as a professional. And it's like and some of them will respect you. Most of them, I will say one thing about them, like if you're not perfect, like, you know, and self-disclosure, that's a whole nother topic, right? But like, you know, they respect the fact that you're trying. And when you say that you're trying, you know, they see that you're making progress, right? And that's what inspiration comes from. Not that I want to be an inspiration to somebody, but you know, it's good to hold space for others when you're holding it with integrity, right? And that's when people feel the most safe to entrust you with their process, right? Let's see. Where am I? And then the third step, I was not even, but it asks you to go deeper, and it asks you to ask yourself again, why do you want to be healthier? This time it says answer that question in a specific, personal, and positive way. So put a positive spin on it, because a lot of times we talk about, oh, I gotta, you know, lose weight because I don't like how I look in this dress, and I want to look good in a bathing suit, and you know, I gotta lose weight because, you know, I have health concerns, and you know, like all these negative things, right? Sometimes that we like identify. But lastly, you know, my why, if I was to do that, is I want sustained energy, and for my latter to be greater than my former days. So for me, like my 40s, 50s, 60s, all those decades to come, like are going to far outdo the years that were before. Yeah. I'm getting tired. Not tired, but anyhow, my voice is getting like hoarse because I need some water at this point. But yeah, so I fully expect, and I'm excited about it. Like I'm going to be the strongest I've ever been in my latter years. I'm going to be the happiest I've ever been, the most fulfilled I've ever been in terms of career, love, finances. All of those things are going to be so much better than they were before. I have not seen anything yet compared to what God has in store for me. Again, aligning myself with my declarations. I'm learning to look at that green dot. I just watched a video on that. Like I used to have this, I won't go into a person I used to like interact with, and like I would have to say it was a course, and I would have to watch the videos, and in the videos, and what might be bugged out is I might watch this on a replay and I'm totally not looking at the right space, but I really tried to practice in this video. But she used to always like kind of be looking off to the side and used to make me want to like look that way. It was just weird, right? And the lady, the video I was just watching, she was like, don't be weird. Like look at the camera, even if it's in a horizontal position. So this is all interesting to me. But so I wanted, because I was very clear and concise with that, but I want sustained energy, confidence for my latter to be greater than my former days in Jesus' name. That is my portion. I am preparing my body to receive the promises God has for me. And I added the hashtag that they 100 days of why. So this has been fun sharing with you the commencement of my journey. I just joined Weight Watchers literally like 24 hours ago on Saturday. Like early morning, like midnight type, so coming up on 24 hours of starting that journey, and I'm excited, or 24 plus hours. So let's see where it goes. Maybe I'll post some fitness once I get into that routine. I'm honestly not there yet. Like I said, I'm trying, and my goal is to get my reimbursement this month. So with my job, if I go to the gym 12 days a week, so I already get the gym membership through them, right? So it's already discounted at like $28 a month. And then if I go to the gym 12 visits, well, you could either go to the gym 12 times for 12 visits, or you could get your 10,000 steps 12 days a month, or a combination of both. And when you do that, they will give you like $20 or $25 back. So even if it's $20 back, like basically I'll be paying only $8 for the gym, for a quality gym. So that's the goal, because I haven't, since I joined in October, November, December, January, 3 months ago, I haven't done it yet. But I got 7 more days to make that happen. I have to visit the gym or get my 10,000 steps 7 days. This 7 more days this month, in order for that to happen. So hopefully I'll reach that goal. It's so hard, not to look at yourself, but let's see how this video comes out. Until next time, I'll give, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to do a week 1 update and maybe share some things about the things I ate. If I can insert a picture, I'll, show the breakfast taco that I made, as well as I have a picture that I took in October, and I'm 1 pound less than that picture. So that's like a realistic vision of where I am now in my weight. I carry most of my weight at my bottom half, so the top half doesn't look that big. Doesn't look like I'm almost 300 pounds, but I am. And it's funny, I used to be like, oh, I never let myself get to 300, and I done seen her. I done seen her before. But anyhow, but I'm taller too, so I wear it well. I'll say that. I do. I wear it well. You could dress it well, whatever. but it's not comfortable, right? I'm all into body positivity and self acceptance, but I don't always feel good in my body. And that's not a self perception thing, like real things like knees aching, back aching, and we still got life to live. That's all I say for now. But yes, so until next week, I'll do an update on how my first week was on Weight Watchers, how I did with the tracking, eating. I tried my best to get a few things at the supermarket, but even hey, if I have to eat a turkey burger, we just gonna count the points, maybe eat half the bun. I don't know. We gonna work with it, but figure things out, work with what I have, right? Meet myself, just like I would meet my client where they are, meet myself where I am. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Later. Bye.